Today, let us look at a new concept called coordinate geometry. In the given picture, there is a grid. Can you see different paths in perpendicular lines? Now the hare is going to try to reach the tortoise. Let us see how he can reach the tortoise. He could take this path. Take one right. Take 3 more. Hence he takes 4 rights. And then he goes up. So he takes 3 blocks up. That is one way to reach the tortoise. Can you think of another way? He could go 3 up and 4 right. Do you see that although the path has changed, the steps are the same? In both cases, he is taking 4 rights and 3 ups. Let us shorten that. Instead of right, let us write R. And instead of up, let us write U. So, the hare has to go 4R, 3U in order to reach the tortoise. Is there another way to reach the tortoise? Of course, he can go zigzag. So, he can go 1 right, 1 up, 2 right, 2 up, 3 right, 4 right, and 3 up. This time he took a zigzag path, sometimes going right, sometimes going up. But finally, he is taking 4 blocks to the right and 3 blocks up. Let us recall the different paths that the hare took. So there is the yellow path, there is the blue path, and there is a green path. Alright, now let us change the tortoise's position. How can he reach the tortoise now? He can go 3 right and 2 down. We could write that as 3R, 2D. Now there is a duck which is sitting in the hare's original position. Now he wants to know how to reach the tortoise. Can the hare explain how to reach the tortoise? It's difficult. He knows the path from the new position. He can't tell the path from the original position. Let us look at another story. Now here is a monkey sitting in a forest. There are different kinds of fruits all over the forest and the monkey would like to collect all of them. Now this time, let us flag the monkey's position. Let us put a yellow flag where the monkey is sitting. Now let us try to figure out the paths to different fruits. Let us look at the apple first. So the monkey crosses 2 trees to the right and he crosses 1 tree up. I could write that path as 2R, 1U. Now let us look at the watermelon. Now note that we are going to trace all the paths from the flag, which is the monkey's original position. This time, the monkey is going to cross 5 trees to the right and 1 tree down. We could write that as 5R, 1D, 5 rights and 1 down. Let us look at the pear. The monkey has to cross 4 trees to the right and 2 trees up. Let us write that as 4R, 2U. Now let us look at the grapes. The monkey has to cross 4 trees to the left. Does he need to go up or down? No, he does not. So we could write that as 0U or 0D or just 0. If we can get rid of the up and down, can we try to get rid of the left and right? Let us think. Let us say that going right counts as a positive and going left counts as a negative. Then 4L could be written as -4. Now let us call going up and going right as positive and let us call going left or going down as negative. So for the apple, since my right and up both have a positive direction, we could write that as 2, 1. For the pear, 4R 2U could be written as 4-2. For the watermelon, 5R 1D could be written as 5, which is a positive since the direction is on the right hand side, and down, which is a negative. So 1D becomes -1. So my watermelon's position is 5, -1. Alright, let us try to reach the basket of fruits. Now the monkey is going to cross 2 trees on the left, hence -2, and 1 tree down, so -1. So the position of the fruit bowl becomes -2, -1. Now let us try to reach the cherries. Bear in mind that we are starting from the original position, which is the yellow flag. Now the monkey has to cross 3 trees to the left. As you can see, we have marked the left direction as negative. So the monkey shall go -3. And he shall cross 2 trees up. Now the upward direction is positive. So I shall call that 2. So the position of my cherries becomes -3, 2. Let us call the position of the flag as the origin. We call that 0, 0. We are neither moving up or down. So we shall call the origin 0, 0. Now this line is dividing the forest into 2 halves. When we go right on this line, we are moving in the positive direction. When we move left on this line, we are moving in the negative direction. Now let us draw a line perpendicular from the same point. This line is now dividing the forest into 4 parts. If we go upwards on this line, we are moving in the positive direction. If we move downward on this line, we are moving in the negative direction. The horizontal line is called the x-axis and the vertical line is called the y-axis. The intersection of x-axis and y-axis is known as the origin. Now let us draw the numbered line on these axes. So we can mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the positive x-axis and -1, -2, -3, -4 on the negative x-axis. If it helps, these points on the numbered line are actually indicating the number of trees that we would have to cross in order to reach them. Now let us draw the number line on the y-axis. So we have 1 and 2 on the positive y-axis and -1 on the negative y-axis. Let us look at the position of our fruits with the number line. Let us look at the apple. As you can see, we write 2 first and 1 next. We moved on the x-axis first, which is 2. And we moved on the y-axis next, which is 1. Now the position on the x-axis is called the x-coordinate. And the position on the y-axis is called the y-coordinate. So 2 is the x-coordinate here and 1 is the y-coordinate here. The x-coordinate is also known as abscissa. And the y-coordinate is also known as ordinate. Let us look at the position of the pear now. If we draw a rectangle from the pear, we see that we are touching 4 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis. So my coordinates are 4, 2. 4 is my abscissa or x-coordinate and 2 is my y-coordinate or ordinate. Let us look at the watermelon. If I draw a similar rectangle, I see that on x-axis I have to move 5 units and on the y-axis I have to move 1 unit in the negative direction. So the coordinates of the watermelon are 5, -1. Let us look at the fruit bowl now. We see that we have to move 2 units on the negative x-axis and 1 unit on the negative y-axis. So the coordinates of my fruit bowl become -2, -1. What about the grapes? We have to move 4 units on the negative x-axis and 0 units on the y-axis. So my coordinates become -4, 0. Let us look at the cherry now. We have to move 3 units on the negative x-axis and 2 units on the positive y-axis. So my coordinates are -3, 2. As you can see, these two axes, x-axis and y-axis, they divide this plane in 4 parts. We call these 4 parts quadrants. Now the quadrant which is formed by the positive x-axis and positive y-axis is known as the first quadrant. We represent it by the Roman numeral. The quadrant which is formed by the positive y-axis and negative x-axis, we call that as the second quadrant. Now this quadrant which is formed by the negative x-axis and the negative y-axis, we call that as third quadrant. And this quadrant which is formed by the positive x-axis and negative y-axis, we call that as the fourth quadrant. Alright, let us look at a problem. The monkey is wondering where is -2, 1. Would you like to help him? Recall that -2 represents horizontal movement or movement on the x-axis. Since there is a minus sign, we have to move in the negative direction. So let us go to the left from the origin. Now the monkey is sitting at -2. Now he has to move 1 unit on the y-axis. Since there is no sign, it is the positive direction of y-axis. So let us move 1 unit upwards. Now this position is -2, 1. You can confirm by drawing a rectangle and see that it touches -2 on the x-axis and 1 on the y-axis. The monkey says thanks for helping him. Alright, let us look at another problem. Now the monkey is sitting somewhere on this plane and the dog is asking him, where are you? Let us make this simpler and try to figure out his position from the origin. Alright, now the monkey is sitting at the origin. He does not have to move on the x-axis at all. So let us write the x-coordinate as 0. Now for the y-coordinate, he has to move 2 units up, which is on the positive direction of the y-axis. So the y-coordinate shall be 2. So the monkey's position is 0, 2. Let us look at another problem. Now the monkey has to collect the goodies and reach the party. Can you tell him the coordinates and quadrants? Let us start from the origin. The monkey is sitting at the origin. Now in order to reach the goodies, let us draw the rectangle. When we draw the rectangle, we are actually dropping perpendiculars on the x and y axis. Now as you can see that this rectangle is touching -3 on the x-axis. So the x-coordinate is -3 and the rectangle is touching 1 on the y-axis. So the y-coordinate becomes 1. So the position of the goodies is -3, 1. Now the question is also asking which quadrant are the goodies lying in. Recall that the quadrant on the right up is the first quadrant. We move anti-clockwise to number the quadrants. So the quadrant on the left up is the second quadrant. Alright, let us figure out the position of the party. Now let us draw a rectangle from the position of the party onto the x and y axis. Now the rectangle is touching 5 units on the x-axis and -1 unit on the y-axis. So the coordinates of the party are 5, -1. Now let us count the quadrants. We saw quadrant 1, 2. The quadrant on the left down is quadrant 3. And the quadrant on right down is quadrant 4. So the party is happening in quadrant 4.